If you don't sell outside of your one state, you might not be aware that the Medicare birthday rule is sweeping the country. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but that's how I roll. Also, go Pacers. So let's talk a little bit about the birthday rule. This is a map of the country. The dark green are the states that have the birthday rule. The hashtag green and white are the states that have proposed the birthday rule, and that it's either phasing in 2025, phasing in 2026, or still on the docket in those states. You see Missouri in the middle, the weird outlier. That's an anniversary state. Washington State, people are like, why do you get paid so little in Washington State? Because you can switch plans at any time of year in Washington State. New York, New York's blue, also always an insurance outlier. New York, anything goes at any time. So there's no windows. Let's talk about the windows for some of the other states. You can zoom in on this chart. And this chart, if you want to come back to this, let's start with California. The law originated in California. Most laws do. And then they, not just insurance laws, and then they sweep slowly eastward. So California's had the birthday rule for a very long time. And their birthday rule says, if my birthday is January 1st, I have 60 days. Anytime in that window, I can switch to a lesser plan, the same or a lesser plan. So if I have typically people are going to have a F or a G, I could switch to another F or a G with any carrier. That's not the same in all states. Or a lesser plan. Typically people are going down from an F or a G down to an N to save money. You can do that in that 60-day window. And you're like, well, that's cool. You probably won't get paid. So most carriers do not pay you on that type of a move. Some pay you a minimum because their state requires it, and you get paid like $25. So if your client is healthy enough to pass health underwriting, you always want to try that first so you can get paid for your hard work. If they do not pass health underwriting, then you can use this. Make sure you stay within the time frame. Oregon also 60 days, and Utah just is starting the birthday rule for the first time. Idaho and Nevada brought it on about 2 years ago. And Indiana, again, go Pacers. Indiana is bringing it on for 2025. Now, am I happy about this? No. Should you be happy about this? No. People say, oh, well, you're just being greedy as an insurance agent. No. When the birthday rule comes to your state, eventually the rates rise because the carriers can't protect blocks of healthy business. All the sick people can move every year. They're always in play. Your rates will rise. It's not immediate because the Department of Insurance controls that, but they will rise. So everybody pays more. It's just like the Affordable Care Act. The people that are really sick are guaranteed to be able to get a plan, but the people that are really healthy don't get any benefit for being healthy. They don't get those discounts. Everybody pays more. And that's the same thing with the birthday rule. So no, I'm not a fan of the birthday rule. I don't think it helps our clients. Let's look at Illinois, a weird state. Illinois only allows you to switch using the birthday rule between 65 and 75. So for the older people, which is when your rates really start to explode and when your health tends to deteriorate, those people are out of luck. The only way they could change is they'd have to be able to pass health underwriting, or they'd have to go to Medicare Advantage. They can no longer afford their Medicare supplement rates. In Illinois, you have to stay within the same family of companies. So if I have Mutual Omaha MedSup, I can't switch to Aetna using the birthday rule. I'd have to switch to another Mutual Omaha family of company, United World, United of Omaha. You know how they have a whole bunch of different affiliates. Aetna does too. A lot of companies have that. They have a bunch of affiliates under their name. You can do those switches, again, from a greater plan to this similar greater plan, G to G, F to F, or to a lesser plan down to a KLM, and people are going to an N. Louisiana only has a 45-day window. Why can't they all make it 60? Missouri, anniversary. Now, a lot of your clients don't know when their anniversary is. If they went into Medicare at 65, that's easy. That's their birthday. So every year on their birthday, they know they have a 60-day window. They could switch without underwriting. Again, you have carriers that don't file it in Missouri because of this rule, because they can't make money. And carriers get mad if you, not me, if you are switching your client every year to save them $2. If you are doing that, you're subject to losing your contract. Now, I'm not trying to be threatening. I'm just saying what I've seen in my 30 years of doing this. I'm thinking of one large agency in particular, very large. was FMO, was another FMO. And they were moving everybody every year. And the insurance company just terminated their contract. An insurance company can terminate your contract for any reason with 30 days notice. They didn't tell them, hey, we didn't like what you were doing constantly, but that's why they got terminated. So just keep that in the back of your head. Your first goal is always to do what's right by your client. But like I said, if you're moving every client every year, that's not necessarily in your client's interest, your interest, or the insurance company's interest. Virginia, brand new state. The birthday rule is just coming to town. Now, these states, it's proposed but has yet to be approved. So, do you like the rule? Well, it's nice to be able to help your clients that are a really inflated plan move to a more economical plan. So, in many cases, it's a godsend for you and your client. Do the carriers like it? They do not like it. Do the state departments of insurance like it? They love it. They call this anti-discrimination because we're not charging sick people more, effectively charging them more by restricting their ability to change plans. So they say these are non-discrimination rules. And this was a push was put on insurance non-discrimination by the last administration. As you know, the new administration does not share those same values. So when we talk about non-discrimination in insurance, we're talking about, can the healthy get a benefit for maintaining their health? And do the sick, should they have to pay more for not maintaining their health? And that's kind of hard language to use. A lot of people don't choose to get cancer, but some people do choose to be addicted to drugs or smoking or alcohol or 150 pounds overweight. So the people that are healthy have their argument, hey, I worked really hard to stay healthy. Why can I not get a benefit from that? So that's the argument. That's where we are. And as you see, it is slowly sweeping the country. Now, the insurance companies have already told us kind of quietly that commissions will be changing. We'll see how fast that happens. But they are going to look more at a persistency level commission so that if you are one of those guys that change your people every year, you won't get paid as much as the people that don't do that constantly. Like I said, this is in the planning stages. This is behind closed doors, but this is what I've heard personally. And in general, in states like we look at Washington, in states that you can move at any time of the year for any reason, blah, 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 you don't make hardly any money. And that's not good. So any insurance commissioner that's listening, that's not good for the Medicare beneficiary because you want insurance agents to advocate for what's best for you and to show you all the options. In that state, most people just buy Medicare Advantage. They're not even aware of Medicare supplements because the agents make so little, they don't even sell it. That's not a benefit to those beneficiaries. They should know about Medicare supplements and Medicare Advantage and all the rules, but agents cannot be forced to do things that don't compensate them because ain't nobody else going to be paying their mortgage, right? So the birthday rule is sweeping the country. If it's not in your state, you still have time to organize with your local NABIP chapter to fight it, because I will tell you, the National Association of Insurance Commissioners, NAIC, they want to see it spread to every state in the country. If your state does not yet have it, you still have time to educate your state commissioner on why the birthday rule will raise rates on everyone and basically drive more people to Medicare Advantage. If you learned something today, Rebecca and I would appreciate it if you give our channel a follow. That's how you show love on YouTube. It's simple. You hit the little bell. You'll know every time we have a video. Thanks for watching.